It was a quiet evening in Portland, Oregon. Outside, the city hummed softly, distant traffic, a barking dog, and the faint whisper of rain tapping on the window pane. Inside a small third-floor apartment, a man sat alone at his kitchen table. His name was Harold Jenkins, 71 years old, retired postman. A man who'd spent a lifetime talking to neighbors and now, most days, spoke to no one at all. The apartment was tidy but silent, a half-finished jigsaw puzzle on the table, an old radio humming the golden hits of the 60s. Photos of his late wife, Margaret, still hung on the wall, her smile frozen in a summer that felt like another lifetime. Every night he made the same meal, the same cup of tea, the same routine, followed by the same silence. Sometimes he spoke aloud, pretending she was still there. "You'd laugh at me, Maggie," he whispered, talking to the toaster again. The laugh that followed sounded more like a sigh. Later that night, the loneliness pressed too hard to ignore. He turned on his old laptop, the screen's glow soft on his face. His fingers hesitated on the keyboard before he typed, "Online friends for seniors." That small act, born of emptiness, would soon lead him into a story he would never forget. The next morning the rain had stopped. Shafts of pale sunlight slipped through the blinds, making dust dance like quiet stars. A notification blinked on the screen, a new message. "Hi, Harold, I'm Clara," it read. "I just lost my husband, too. I know what that feels like." Her profile picture showed a woman with kind eyes, silver hair swept back, and a smile that reached her cheeks. Something about her face looked honest, familiar even. He replied softly as though she could hear his voice. "Hello, Clara. I'm sorry for your loss, too." And just like that, a lonely heart found an echo. At first they talked about ordinary things, weather, books, jazz music. Then about the little things only widows and widowers understand, the silence of a house that used to laugh. For the first time in years, Harold smiled for no reason. Their messages grew longer. Her voice, calm and caring, filled the quiet hours of his day. She sent him photos of her garden, pink roses under Florida sunlight. He sent her a poem he'd written long ago for his wife. Clara wrote back, "You still have love in your heart, Harold." He replied, "Maybe you helped me find it again." Outside, spring returned, and for Harold, the world no longer felt so cold. Every evening ended the same, a "good night, my dear," and a smile that lingered long after the screen went dark. Summer came, soft and golden. Harold's apartment filled with the scent of coffee and piano music again. He'd tell Clara about his day, the park, the ducks, the neighbor's little dog that barked like a toy engine. She'd laugh in that light, breathy way he loved. "I wish you were here," he said one night. "I'd make you my famous pancakes." "Careful," she teased. "I might hold you to that." Her voice made him forget how old he was. He felt alive, young, needed again. Then one evening, her tone changed. "Harold," she said quietly, "I didn't want to worry you. My bank account was frozen. A mix-up. I can't access my pension for a week." He frowned. "That sounds serious. Can I help?" "No, I'll manage, unless you could lend me a little, just for groceries. I'd pay you back right away." He hesitated. She had never asked for anything before, and she'd listened to his stories, his grief, his loneliness. Surely this was what friends did. He transferred $800 that night. The next day, she thanked him again and again. "You're an angel," she wrote. "I don't know what I'd do without you." But as the days passed, her replies became shorter, then slower, then silent. Her phone went to voicemail. Her messages were marked seen, but never answered. Harold stared at the empty chat window, feeling that old familiar weight return to his chest. He waited 3 more days before calling his son Michael. "Dad," Michael said gently, "can you show me the messages?" Harold hesitated. His face burned with embarrassment, but he handed over the laptop. Michael scrolled for a long time, then his expression changed, a look of alarm, then anger. "Dad," he whispered, "these photos, they're stolen." He opened another browser tab and showed him a forum. Same pictures, same words. Clara was part of a network of scammers targeting seniors. Harold felt his stomach drop. His chest tightened until he could barely breathe. "So none of it was real?" he asked quietly. "No, Dad," Michael said softly. "But what you felt, that was real." Harold turned off the computer. The room fell silent again, except for the faint hum of the refrigerator and the breaking of a man's fragile hope. Weeks passed. Harold stopped checking his email. He deleted the chat app and put the laptop away. But one morning, he walked past the community center and saw a poster. "Senior Book Club, new members welcome." He stood there a long time before walking in. The room smelled of coffee and old paper. People laughed. A woman with bright eyes waved him over. "You must be new." For a moment, Harold almost turned back, but he stayed. They read stories, shared cookies, and talked about everything from mystery novels to lost loves. When it was his turn, he said quietly, "I thought I'd found someone online." But she wasn't real. The room went silent, not in judgment, but understanding. "I wasn't foolish," he said, "just lonely." A few people nodded. One man whispered, "We've all been there, friend." For the first time, Harold smiled without sadness. "Maybe," he said softly. "The cure for loneliness isn't finding someone new. It's letting people in again." That night, he didn't eat alone. He didn't feel invisible. And when he walked home, the city lights looked a little warmer than before. Loneliness can make us reach out to strangers, even those who mean us harm. But it can also remind us that connection, true connection, still exists if we dare to seek it wisely. Harold's story reminds us the need for love is not weakness, but we must guard it with wisdom. The desire for connection should not make us defenseless. Real love, real friendship, never asks for money. It asks for time, truth, and care. Thank you for spending time with Harold's story, The Cure for Loneliness. If it touched your heart,